And Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while speaking in Lok Sabha on Tuesday, called Pahalgam terror attack height of cruelty. During special discussion on Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister highlighted India's global outreach. Some of the important points Prime Minister said that India will respond to terrorists on its own terms. For special discussion on Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister said nuclear blackmail of any kind will no longer be tolerated. We're looking at some of the key statements by PM. India will not distinguish between terrorist sponsors and terror masterminds. Prime Minister said India received global support for its actions during Operation Sindoor. PM also said no global leader objected to India's operations. Out of 193 member nations of the UN, only 3 issued statements in support of Pakistan. And support from France, Russia, Germany, groupings like BRICS and Quad also stood with India. International community, Prime Minister said, stood in strong support with India. We turn to our main story and take forward our conversation on the success of Operation Sindoor. Joining me now is defense expert, retired Major General Sanjay Soy. Good evening and welcome, General Soy. In the context of what Minister S. Jaishankar earlier said in Rajya Sabha, how well has India been able to put a shape of global narrative against terrorism?
Thank you so much, Shubhendu, for inviting me. In fact, I would say that Operation Sindoor is one of the remarkable operations which we have carried out, and this has been carried out on all fronts. While the armed forces displayed their professional acumen by attacking, carrying on pinpoint attack on terrorist bases, and subsequently breaking the back of Pakistan air defense system and their air force and their air force. And at the same time, the diplomatic offensive or diplomatic ties were also utilized across the globe, which speaks volumes of the years of efforts which have been put in by the Prime Minister, External Affairs Ministry, and our team, our High Commissioners across the globe, and our Indian living across the globe. Everybody has contributed, and that is the reason that today India commands huge respect in the world. We are considered as a neutral country, we are considered as a growing country, we are considered as a developed country, we are considered as a cultured country, and we are also considered a country which can be relied upon during the crisis. That is the reason that the kind of support which Prime Minister also mentioned, that out of 193 countries, only 3 countries supported Pakistan, rest of the world has supported India, our actions. And one more thing, which I would like to highlight, Shubhendu, is that the strength of our democracy was witnessed by the world when we sent all party delegations to different parts of the world. That it is not only government officials or government ministers who have gone. So that has also highlighted that it is so transparent, our systems are transparent, we are open to everything, and we are open to suggestions. And same thing was witnessed during daily briefings by our people after every day during the operations in the morning and evening. Shubhendu.
Right. General Soy, also India's action against terrorists and terrorism continues. In that context, what does the UNSC sanctions, the latest ones against TRF for Pahalgam attack, mean for India's fight against terror?
Slowly, Shubhendu. In fact, this is, I would say, again a great diplomatic victory for India. And I think it punctured the Pakistan claim, like they were harping on, they were claiming that they did not let the name of TRF come in the statement by the UN. So while the TRF has also been banned by the United States, and this is yet another step towards that TRF, and it also shows that the linkages of Pakistan, that why Pakistan was trying to shield TRF, why Pakistan was trying to remove the name of TRF from the list. So the whole world now understands that the linkages of any terror activities ultimately lead to Pakistan, and this has been proved not once but many times. But however, unfortunately, Shubhendu, I would like to say as a soldier and as an Indian, that some of our politicians do not believe this. They still question that from where the terrorists had come. Are you sure they had come? They were supported by Pakistan. Are you sure they are being killed? Are you sure that what actions are taken by the? I mean, the trust factor on the armed forces. I feel deeply hurt that when these kind of questions are asked during the session and in the media or in social media. So I think there are certain matters where the whole country should remain one and should
Right.
remain united. This is one when the whole world is supporting us, whole world understands us. Within us also, we have to have a rethink, Shubhendu.
And despite these challenges, a general significant breakthrough for India's security forces against the perpetrators of Pahalgam attack and with operations like Mahadev and Shiv Shakti.
Absolutely. Because while we had carried out Operation Sindoor, where the supporters and perpetrators of terrorists were killed, however, I think killing of these terrorists was very, very important because you see the kind of weapon system which was fought by them, with them. They could have carried out another attack, another killings. So each such killing of terrorists who are anti-humanity, anti-India is very, very important. And this was a great success. I would say I have served 7 times in Jammu and Kashmir, and I feel that because these operations are very tough, they carried jungles are vast jungles, almost 100-kilometer vast jungle, and this is the video which you are showing. The thick jungle, thick bushes, and there is no identification by the terrorist. We do not know whether he's a villager or a terrorist. And so it is a combination of intelligence, joint operations by Army, Rashtriya Rifle, CRPF, Jammu and Kashmir Police, and intelligence. Then only we are able to gain this success. It shows that we are not going to leave any terrorist on the soil of Jammu and Kashmir who are bent upon to spoil the peaceful atmosphere in Kashmir. The people of Kashmir also do not want. I must compliment the people of Kashmir also through your channel that they have also provided valuable information because they are fed up of these kind of activities which is derailing their economic growth, which is derailing their peace process, which is derailing the growth of next generation. They do not want their next generation to become terrorists. They want their next generation to become teacher, engineer, doctor. So I think hats off to people of Kashmir also who have been providing valuable inputs and support to the security forces. Shubhendu.
And so finally, earlier in his address in the Lok Sabha, Prime Minister Narendra Modi flagged India's new red lines against terror, the new normal. What is the kind of message being sent to the adversary and the world at large from India?
Yes, India's stand, Shubhendu, has always been fight against terror. We have always been against terror. Even in case of Hamas and Palestine, you see, we were against Hamas, but we supported Palestine. Here, the message of Prime Minister was very clear that we will respond in our own terms. And he had done so. They had given the political leadership, had given free hand to armed forces. They said, do select your time, select your place, and make your own plan. That is the best thing which, as a soldier, I feel I can expect from my leadership. Because if there is no political restriction on the plan, that makes it wonderful. And that is why the Operation Sindoor was so successful. Within 22 minutes, we were able to destroy these people. And the second thing is that it also gives a message to the perpetrators or the supporters of terrorism that they will be taken care of. There is no place where these terrorists can hide, and wherever they are, they would be taken care of and adequate punishment would be given. This is also a message to the world that we know not only talk, we act, we take action. So
Right.
that I think this is a very clear-cut message to win.
Right. On that note, Major General Sanjay Soy, thank you very much for joining us on the News Hour and sharing your perspective.